everyone and welcome once again to Deiser Connection. How you doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope also that the ones that attended the Atlassian Team 24 are already back home, and they already had some rest. I already did, because last week was an awesome week. It was amazing, and I was a little bit tired when I came back home. I'm also really hoping that you got all the information that you need out from the Atlassian Team 24, that you connected with different clients, different partners, and Atlassian themselves. I hope also that you're really intrigued about the new announcements that Atlassian provided during this week, because there's many announcements and we're really eager to let you know what we think about those announcements, and let's see how this evolve. Okay, also the Deiser team also is super happy to have been able to attend and connect with everyone, showcase our apps, have really good conversations, connect and reconnect with other solution partners, with other marketplace partners, and to network around a little bit. I think that this year again we had a really strong team, another dream team, and I'm really glad that all these people in Deiser were there for me, because this was a really busy year in terms of communication, in terms of networking and creation and content creation. So I'm really happy about that. I wanted to say hi to everyone that I met there. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough time to have those really long chats that I was wishing to have with some of the attendees, mostly with creators, because I know Atlassian content creators, Atlassian creators, because I know that we've been really busy, but we will get that time in order to connect again and have those chats. It was amazing to meet you in person. It was amazing to meet the solution partners in person, because since Deiser went full remote, most of our contacts are through different channels and not in person, So we take advantage of these in-person events in order to reconnect, to have those long chats and to see each other face to face, because that's what we need sometimes. And thank you to everyone that passed by the Deiser booth, because we're really glad to be able to showcase our apps for solutions, okay? And we're really glad to have these conversations about what we think this business is going towards. It's amazing to have all these connections, and to hear different insights, to share different kind of knowledge. It was amazing to be a part of this great event once again, and I hope that we can meet again in a year or so in Anaheim, in Los Angeles, California. So hopefully we get some time to spend together again in a year. So without further ado, let's go back to the studio and let me show you a little bit about what happened in Las Vegas. We have announcements, we have interviews with different representatives from the Atlassian community. We have representatives from other solution partners and marketplace partners, and hope that you find this mucho insightful, and let's get going. So now we're in the studio again, and let me show you a little bit more about the keynotes that were presented at Atlassian Team 24, and how you can check all that information and how you can learn all about the Atlassian announcements, okay? So let's go and check them out. So right here we have the page for the Atlassian Team 24, okay? And as you may already notice, there's a big button that says Watch Highlights. I suggest you go to the main page and hit the Watch Full keynotes. Then you will see that there's a little bit more of information inside those, okay? And you will see all the reasons behind those kind of announcements. You know, they will explain a little bit more. They will tell you what they're thinking about how these announcements, these new features may be applied, you know, with different teams, which is something that is really interesting. It's 1 hour and 38 minutes long, which is, I don't know, it's kind of long, but it's super interesting. I was there, I was present right there, and really the time flew by because everything was really interesting. Sometimes I wish that they were giving out some kind of beverage or some kind of food because it was so interesting that I wanted some popcorn or something like that. But okay, again, you will see a lot of presentations. We get the Jira presentation announcement, the Loom announcement. We get different other presentations like the Jira Service Management automated alert resolution, which is really interesting. The Jira Service Management summarizes conversations. This is really interesting because I don't know if you remember, but a few months ago we did a video, a short video. I did a short video about what was my favorite feature from Atlassian Intelligence, and one of them, since I was working in, I've been working in Jira Service Management for more than 6 years now. I believe that having all the information of what has been going on in a ticket from Jira Service Management is super important. And sometimes there's so much information, there's so much insights, and there's so many references and so many people in that ticket commenting that ticket that conversations can get really conversations can get really long, you know, and sometimes you don't get to the point of what you're trying to solve in the ticket. Summarizing with Atlassian Intelligence for me is something that is super useful in this kind of cases. Atlassian presented that the summarize feature will be improved. Summarize conversations. Any conversations that you have, it will reference to who has commented on what, who has shared different kind of knowledge from maybe Confluence, from other parts of Jira. It is really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to checking it out and to use it by myself and to suggest its use to other agents, you know, other Jira Service Management agents, and even to my team, for them to have a better experience with Jira Service Management and to provide a better support with that portal, Jira Service Management portal. And one thing that Atlassian presented that I find super interesting, and I think that we didn't get that much info yet, we just could see a short demo that you will be able to see in this keynote, is the Jira Service Management plus Atlassian Intelligence, which combined will go into instant service desks. That's pretty cool. I think that will be really awesome. What is instant service desk? Instant service desk is a functionality that will allow you to write down in normal language what do you need and what kind of service desk your team is needing. So every team in your company has a portal, has a service management portal, has a service desk portal. So as you can see right now, you will be able to write what is your team about, what do they need, and what service they are providing, and what they are managing. And then Atlassian AI, you know, the Atlassian Intelligence, thanks to Jira Service Management, will provide and will create a service desk for that team in a really fast way. I find it really interesting, and I would like to see, how it works and how much of the human touch does it really need. Later, you will see a small conversation with Erika Larsson. She's part of the Atlassian community. She's a big part of the Atlassian community, and she has a cool insight about it. Okay, and one last thing. This keynote was really long and there were many announcements. And one of those announcements that I found really interesting was Rovo, the one that Mike Cannon-Brookes presented. And if you go into the keynote, you will see that Mike Cannon-Brookes at some point shows, what Rovo is, and how Rovo will help you. And then he presented Rovo agents. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a really cool slide in this presentation, and I'm gonna go on full size right now for this. And these are some of the agents and most of the agents that will be available really soon. And I don't know if you can, and I don't know if you're able to identify, but if you look closer, you'll be able to identify different Atlassian partners. For example, you can see K15T, you can see Divinity up there, and I want you to focus on this one. This one is budgety, and it will be helping you in Rovo as a Rovo agent. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. Remember that you can sign up for the early access in order to test Rovo agents out. And please let me know what you think about Rovo, because I will be testing it out and I will bring my insights right here to the Deiser connection again. So moving on, there's a lot of keynotes, there's a lot of insights, there's a lot of highlights. You have the entire Impossible Alone, a conversation with the co-creators of Ted Lasso, Jason Sudeikis and Brendan Hunt. It's quite funny, and you will have some insights about how they work as a team. Then one of the most interesting one is the Unleashing the Potential of Every Team with AI. That it was Mike Cannon-Brookes having a chat with Sunny Minton and Dr. Fei-Fei Li. Different kind of experts, one expert in the economy side and one is an expert on AI, and they had a lot of insight about what we can expect, and how can we unleash the potential of every team with AI. And then there's different highlights. So I strongly recommend you to come in here, to check those highlights out. Okay, so let's go back to the main window, the main camera. And now, as always, as every time that we go into an Atlassian event, let me just show you a little bit of the interviews that we did in order to find out what the different attendees regarding about what different attendees thought about this event, the Atlassian Team 24 in Las Vegas. So I'll see you right now. I'll leave you with a little bit of those highlights, okay? See you now.
I think it's an event rich full of announcements. I liked the keynote of the first day, was really inspiring with all the artificial intelligence. In particular, the new news about the products, like having only one Jira and having all the good things of Jira work management in Jira software. I think Rovo is the number one, or at least the one that is creating a lot of expectations, both for partners, for the opportunities we can develop new applications, but at the same time for customers. I just want to also give the credit to the search engine I think many companies will be interested in integrating different systems into a single consolidated search engine. I had a call this morning with one of our customers, and when I mentioned that, he already found interest in the announcement. So I think it's a good thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm finding really interesting as always. It's really valuable for us to be here because we can be in touch with end customers and also with Atlassian people. And you know that we are based in Spain, and for us it's really difficult to be in real contact with Atlassian people. This is the places we should be to be talking with them and to be going deeper into different topics. Claudio was saying I'm also really curious about Rovo, and for me it's the one that is a game changer. If I was a customer or looking to the customer's point of view, I will find Rovo really interesting to try to empower other people that perhaps are not really related with Jira configuration, so they can talk with the chat and to put their concerns and get the data they want to get. And also as a marketplace partner, for us Rovo is great because we can build the app integration with the Atlassian intelligence there. So we have been working with budgeting, and let's see how it goes in the next months.
Very good.
Great.
So how are you finding Atlassian Team 24 this year?
It's amazing, as every year.
As every year.
My first day, I was in an elevator with some people who were clearly new, and they were chatting with themselves about what's this conference like? Is it a really serious conference and whatnot? And I looked at them, I was like, no. Oh, it's so fun. It's so welcoming. It's such a great community. Yeah. I love coming here and bonding with customers, clients, Atlassians themselves. It's been amazing.
That's pretty cool. And there's been big announcements yesterday.
Yes.
So what do you think is the most interesting announcement?
Ooh, the most interesting announcement.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the same that everybody's saying, which is Rovo, right? It's very intriguing. My company is building something similar internally, so I'm like, oh, we're on the right track. If Atlassian is doing this, and we're doing it for our clients, this seems like the right place. So those specific agents to help you just seems very intriguing, and I'm excited to hear more about it.
Nice, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And the thing about the new announcements, I found the instant service management really interesting.
Yes.
Do you think that we saw a really short demo, and would you like to see more about that?
I think I would be curious on that, right? And the problem that I think we're going to run into is that people don't like to follow best practices. They like to do their own thing in their own way. And so this instant setup is going to have to be easily tailorable, or you need a person who's got a strong will to be like, no, HR, IT, this is best practice. We should follow this. Let's use it for a while. If we need to tweak it, let's tweak it.
Like every year, it's a really great event that combines together a lot of great keynotes, speeches, different ways how to learn about the products and etc. Together with the clients and partners that we really enjoy meeting. That is not a common thing that we can do every day at home. I mean, I think that the biggest wow from my side was about the Rovo. The first time I heard about it a couple of days ago, I was like, yeah, this one I really wanna use. I was impressed by the search that finally can combine all the sources that we have, not only Atlassian ones, but all the third-party sources that we use for some different things. That finally it all comes together, and I don't need to remember where I have stored something or where I have been talking with someone on Slack or emails, etc. So I found this one like a really game changer in terms of making all the communication and all the project management more efficient than it's been so far.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's first time for me at Team. I'm excited. That's huge. But what I loved most about that is that as a partners and marketing manager, I just have an opportunity to finally meet partners, to help them, to communicate with them, and I'm really excited about that. I'm in love with Atlassian products. I really like them. And as concerned announcements, IE, like it's so massively integrated in our lives. So that I'm really happy that Atlassian have it, and eazyBI, by the way, also now have IE assistants integrated in the app. But an opening for me, it was like a Loom. I haven't tried it, but I will do that for sure. So.
And how are you finding the event so far?
I find it very interesting, very overwhelming because it's my first time for Teams.
It's your first time, that's very
first
good.
time in US and then surrendered here in Las Vegas.
Nice.
So that is very overwhelming a little bit. But I love to connect with all the people I met only via Zoom or remote or on other occasions.
Okay.
So I'm very glad that I'm here, and then I also have the opportunity to take part in all the community stuff.
Nice.
So I like it.
Go. Nice. I'm really glad that you like it. Now, what do you think is the most interesting announcement from yesterday?
For me, it is Jira, so that we don't have Jira Work Management and Jira software any longer. So it's become close to one Jira.
Nice.
It is much more simpler for me for selling because I'm working at the sales department. And to explain a customer what is the difference between Jira Work Management and Jira software, how do you use it? So it becomes much more easier for me to explain all the features and the functionalities. It doesn't mind if it is more for software development or if it is for work management, for project management. So I think that was one of the most important announcements for me.
Nice.
This is the first time in many years I've gone to as many keynotes as possible.
Nice.
Normally they are not delivering anything, say, super new or anything like that, or really interesting topics. James Cameron was cool last year, but he was repeating a lot of the stuff that he says in his DVD commentaries, right? So if you're a big fan of James Cameron like me and all his movies, the keynote wasn't that interesting, right?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
This year, like when we talk AI, right?
Yes.
Dr. Fei Li, Zani from The Economist. That was really amazing and insightful. Dr. Fei Li, I've never heard her speak before, but she reminds me of someone I worked with in augmented reality. That is like the version of her, how they built out augmented reality. So, when she talked about, people don't piss me off. AI doesn't piss me off, people piss me off, And when she turned to, I think it was Mizani, she goes, I am a nerd. Like, that stuff was very cool. I thought that the keynotes were insightful, really brought a lot of sort of different mindsets and perspectives and helped us think differently. And then this morning with Jason Sudeikis and Brendan Hunt, that was just perfection.
Nice.
I'm not going to talk about it. I think people, if they haven't seen it yet, watch on demand after May 4th.
That's it.
Amazing.
That's pretty cool. It's really, what about announcements? What announcements are you most interested in?
So, I like to be controversial.
I do, and I like that from you,
So I like the lack of announcements about data center oriented on-prem discussions. So I always sound like I'm throwing shade at people. I don't mean to, but I think that this year we've been heavily dominated with more about AI. AI has been the big umbrella topic, and other stuff is, there's other topics we're talking about, sure. But the past few years of Team was very cloud focused, and the on-prem customers were complaining about this. This year, I've heard hardly anything about cloud because AI has taken center stage. And I dare say it. I do dare say it.
Yeah.
I think Atlassian's been very lucky.
Yeah.
Because it's all about AI, and we can forget the cloud for a bit. That's refreshing. That's good.
That's refreshing. But where is the AI applied? You know, it's not applied to.
So our podcast with Manon.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So just to repeat myself a little bit, right now, and Dr. Lee talked about this.
Yeah.
It's very gimmicky, right?
Uh-huh.
We talked about it.
Yes.
It's just right now what we're looking at. We are getting there. It's growing. I'm not anti-AI, but I think we need to stop calling it AI and call it what it is, which is humans building automation on steroids.
Yeah, exactly.
And two of my favorite people in our own ecosystem is Alex Ortiz from ApeTech, Erica Larsson, Atlassian community leader. I don't know.
She was here. I interviewed her.
Yeah. They have a very similar saying. Yeah. Erica says you always need a human in the room.
Yeah.
Alex always talks about you always need a human in the loop.
Uh-huh.
Take that away, and we can all agree on you always need a human.
You always need a human.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. So, is it your first time at
I am a newbie to Teams. It's my first time.
How are you?
In fact, I'm a newbie to the whole Atlassian ecosystem. I've only been in for the last 8 months, so go easy on the questions.
Oh, okay. So, how are you finding
Fantastic. It's been such a great event. To be honest, I can't believe that we haven't been here before because there's just so much opportunity to meet people. Everyone has been so lovely, and it's just been such a great opportunity to. I mean, basically, it's just like rapid fire introductions to all the people that you want to meet in the ecosystem.
So are you finding any announcements that they did interesting?
Yeah, the one that's sort of caught my eye is the Rovo, so I know that's the one that everyone's pretty excited about.
Exactly.
Like a lot of people, I don't know a huge amount about AI. I use ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly.
I know the benefits of ChatGPT, so if it's anything like that and better, I know it's going to be great.
It's still good. Nice. So how did you find this time around the Atlassian conference, the team conference?
I really liked it a lot again, like connecting with a lot of people, talking, like getting some feedback on our apps, and also, of course, like, making our apps known to more people.
Exactly.
Really great. Yeah.
The usual, right? Yeah, it's always nice. It's always nice to see familiar faces too, that are doing almost the same,
Good old friends.
Yeah, exactly. Good old friends. And so on. So, remember that yesterday we had some announcements from Atlassian.
Yeah.
What announcements do you think that you are most interested in?
I think actually the Rovo with all the AI agents or AI agents which will come, these are quite interesting. We signed up already for the EAP program in order to come up like with better agents, maybe around better content gardening, better content organization. So stay tuned for what we'll work on.
Exactly. We did sign up too with budgeting, so I could see your badge there, yesterday.
Exactly.
And I could see the budget today. It's nice. It's really cool. So we're gonna be agents, the budgeting and
secret agents.
Yeah, secret agents. Exactly. It's pretty cool. So. And what about this new thing that they implemented this time around in this conference, which name is brain dates? How did you find those brain dates thing? How is it interesting for you? Is it useful?
I first heard about the brain dates via the community leader section. So they kind of advertised, hey, who wants to be a host for a brain date? I thought, okay, look that up, and basically it's like a conversation about a topic, and anyone can host a topic. I thought, oh yeah, why not? Let's talk about collaborating with other people, like outside your Atlassian tools. To be honest, not that many people showed up to mine.
Okay.
I think still it's a great idea. Maybe they should just advertise it in a bit different way and try it again. So let's see how it works.
Okay, nice. I find it interesting too, and the thing is that I got really busy and I couldn't attend many of the ones that I wanted to attend, but I find it interesting too. So and maybe advertising it could be a really good idea for the future of brain dates. So thank you very much again. And Matthias, it's always nice to have your opinion right here, and hope to see you in the next event really soon.
Of course. Okay. See you in Anaheim or see you...
Exactly. Well, we'll see each other in Anaheim for sure, and you guys too. So thank you very much, Matthias.
Thank you, Fede. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Rovo gives your organization many agents. And they can do things like identify themes and a huge backlog of tasks, help employees directly onboard to a new role, even convert code from one language into another. They can do thousands and thousands of tasks across your enterprise.
So, hope you liked those little interviews and little videos of what happened in Vegas during the Atlassian Team 24, and hopefully you find everything insightful and you want to learn more about the announcements. Remember the Jira announcement, remember all the Jira service management announcements, remember Rovo and Rovo agents too. So go ahead and check out more. You can sign up for Rovo. Remember, you can sign up for the early access to Rovo and test it out, and the Rovo agents. So thank you to everyone that participated in the interviews, like Claudio Ombrella, Alvaro Aranda, Erika Larsson, Evita and Svetlana from eazyBI, to Claire Sweeny for participating in this interview. It was her first Atlassian team, and it was also Astrid Sieben first Atlassian team. So I hope you both enjoyed it, and you found it really useful for your work. Then thank you very much to the two regulars that appeared in this video, Matthias from K15T and Fama and Andy. And again, thank you very much for watching, and hope that you expect more of us, because we have a ton of content from the Atlassian team that we will be posting in the following weeks. Thank you very much again to the Atlassian community in general, to the ecosystem. Thank you very much to Atlassian for this amazing week, and the creators also. I wish we had more time to chat a little bit more, but it was a crazy week and it was an amazing week, and I hope that we'll have some more time. So thank you very much for being there. See you next week. Bye bye.